And it's moving into your shoulders and your neck and your head, and your hips. And I want you to just, sorry, other people are turning up. Oops. Okay, we're doing a meditation, so just relaxing and closing your eyes. And you're now, I want you to imagine that you're standing outside your bedroom where you were when you were 3 years of age. And if you can't remember what that looks like, just make it up. Just imagine a room and you're outside the door, and inside that room is your 3-year-old self. And you know that they're excited because they can't wait to see you. They've been waiting for you to arrive. They knew you were coming, but you only just found out. And now you're outside the door and they're inside with the biggest smile on their face. And I just want you to feel that excitement as you put your hand on the doorknob. And just before you're about to open the door and step inside because you're going to meet your 3-year-old self. And you open the door and you walk inside and there's your 3-year-old self sitting on the bed with the biggest smile on their face. And as you walk in, you sit on the bed and you face your 3-year-old self and you see the love in their eyes. And for a moment, you just look at each other and drink each other in visually. And you're blown away because you can't believe that you've forgotten how beautiful you were at 3. And you say to your 3-year-old self, you say, I've been waiting for a long time to see you. I've come here to tell you that from this day forward, I am your loving parent. From this moment forward, I absolve our parents of that responsibility, and I'm adopting that responsibility. And as your loving parent, I want to tell you that I'm your greatest champion and I love you so much. And I'm so proud of you. And from this day forward, I'm going to be your greatest fan and I'm going to love you like you've never been loved before. I'm going to hold you dear in my heart. I'm going to champion you. I'm going to guide you and look out for you because I love you so much and I'm so proud of you. And, you know, you can also apologize for the fact that you haven't been there for them for quite some time. But from this day forward, you say things are going to change. And you can count on me. And then you look into their eyes and just connect with their energy and see the beautiful smile on their face as they absorb the words. And now you say to your inner child, is there anything you'd like to say to me? Let them tell you all they want to tell you. Maybe they want to ask you something or tell you something. Just ask them. And I'll just leave you for a couple of minutes. Just leave you for a minute while they tell you what they need to tell you. And now that they've told you what they wanted to tell you, you just tell them again how much you love them, how proud you are, and how you're going to support them going forwards and be their greatest power. And now I want you to imagine that you put your arms out, you open your arms up wide, and you move towards each other and you embrace each other and you pull that little child right into your heart and hold them tight, tighter and tighter until you pull them right into your heart to where they've always been, right inside your beautiful heart, where you carry them always. And just put your hands over your heart now and just imagine you're connecting with them, pulling them into your heart, and focus on your heart and feel the warmth in your heart as you focus on it. And take a moment to thank your heart for bringing you to this moment in time. Your heart, which is the greatest organ in your body, it's not only your intuitive center, but it's the only organ that when you remove it from your body can keep it alive. It's the smartest organ. It's 10 times smarter than the brain, and it's the feeling organ. It's your guiding system, and it beats 100,000 times a day without you having to ask for it. It's amazing. So say thank you to your heart. And just make one decision right now. Make a decision about yourself, about who you are about, what you are about, who you're going to be, about your future. A new decision or a new belief that you're going to live from this moment forward. Something that you can commit to that you know is going to open you up to something entirely new and to help you manifest the life you dream about. And enjoy it while you make that decision. Smile, own it, and make it that commitment to yourself one more time. And now fast forward to a year from now into the future and just have a look at what's changed in your life from that new belief, that new decision, and enjoy that for a second. Just revel in it and feel it in your heart. And when you're ready, just bringing yourself back into the room. Feel yourself in your body with your hands on your chest, feeling energized and present in the room. It's a nice little process, isn't it? When I first did that, I cried and cried and cried. I was just so moved by it, you know. But now you're in that space where, you know, we can look at the completion process, which is looking back at the year that's just gone past and looking at just making a note of what you have created. So just take a moment to just write down, and when you're finished, maybe wave at me or let me know that you're finished. But just write down, what have you created? That's the first question. The second one is, what have I learned? The third one is, what am I ready to let go of? And then what are my intentions for this year? So just make a note of those, but you can also do these at greater length later on. You know, just make a note of a couple of things for now. And if you want to do it in more detail later, that's up to you. But the questions are, what have I created? What have I learned? What am I ready to let go of? And what are my intentions for this year? So if everyone's got those written down okay, then you can do that. Just briefly. And when you look at what you've created, it can be the good and the not so good. It can be wonderful things, or it can be things that you've created for yourself that are perhaps problematic in some way. You know, for myself, I know I created a massive move from one side of the world to the other, and I also created uncertainty because of that. So, you know, it's like all of it. Well, I'm just about done. I don't know how everyone else is doing, but I've written down a few things here. What I created was, as I said, a big move, an uncertainty, but I also got a new car, which I'm happy about. I love my new little car. It's so awesome. I've got a new life happening, and I've created seeing my granddaughter. When my granddaughter was first removed from her family, grandparents were only allowed to see her 4 times a year. But now I'm going to see her every month. So I've been visualizing this. I'll tell you what, I've been visualizing this like a bloody pro. what have I learned? I've learned that I'm resilient, that I can do things other people my age don't do, and that I'm slightly mad. What have I let go of? What do I need to let go of? What am I ready to let go of? I think I'm ready to let go of the way I think things have to be, because I can be very much like there's a right way for things to be. And, you know, it should happen like X, Y, Z, and it's not. And that makes me go all like, you know, but I got to let go of that. And my intentions for this year is to get my own house and have Jodie for sleepovers. That's my intention for this year. Is now I've got her and I'm seeing her every month now. My next step is sleepovers. So anyone else want to share what they got? Briefly or not briefly? No? If you want to put it, oh, you do, Alejandra. Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Hi everyone. I'm calling in from LA. So I'm a little pretty good to see y'all. I finally don't have a job to interfere with this time.
we are very intercontinental here, you know.
I love it. All right, I will share what have I created this past year. I ended a 7-year relationship with him. But it's good. We're on good terms, but it needed to end. And then I swung to the other vine, which probably was the catalyst for ending that one. And I had to end that one. So it was 2 big breakups that jostled me. And there's probably a lot of stuff I was trying to put down. And so I created space. And then and a big lesson was not to put down not to deprioritize myself for other people, or to remember, like, for this year, it's to keep the relationships and people who serve my highest good. Not that I need to prove that I'm worthy to other people. It's like, no, I am worthy. They can also rise up and meet me. So that's a big thing I'm just learning now.
Wow.
So,
excellent.
Thank you.
Is that it? Finished? Yes, she's muted herself. Finished. Anyone else want to have a go? A little fess up? No? Gita? Louise? Lou? Nobody else? Tom wants to go. Cool. You have to unmute yourself. What? I can't hear you. Can I
still
do
muted.
That? Oh.
Hello, everybody.
There you are. Hurrah.
Oh, you're an amazing group. I just love what I've heard so far. And had good difficulty sort of connecting with this all of the technology tonight. However, I've got a muddle with the questions, but never mind. Okay. I want to share, because what have I created this past year is an extraordinary community that I live in, where I listen to animals. I listen to them, and I just find that so extraordinary. Wow. And I communicate with animals and with nature generally. It's like the most extraordinary adventure for me. And I want to share that with other people. But what I also created, and also I've just pursued a community within my home, which is like really therapeutic for me. It's such a gift for me, and I hope that I know that it's a good gift to other people here as well. But the most important thing that I created was a near-death experience.
Oh wow!
And it was so close to dying that I saw the great gift that life is, and I really wanted to share that with everybody in my life, because I really it was extraordinary to receive the love of others, but extraordinary to receive the love, what I saw as the love of God, that's a gift of life. And
Awesome.
yeah, I'm trembling with that thought and feeling right now.
You would be.
And yeah, so I was in hospital over Christmas, and yeah, my heart was beating at 160 to the minute for several days, and it was a surprise that I lived. That was what it was, and I loved it. I loved being there. I loved being taken care of, and I wanted to give back, and that's part of why I'm here tonight. And so the other questions I kind of missed a little bit was because I couldn't find a pen. What I've learned from this is my heart, to follow my heart, because it actually was about the story about my heart, about living, about being in the focus of the joy of being present to life, right? So when it's like following the next thing, then the next thing that has my heart be joyful, you know, or have my heart be curious, have my heart be alive to what I want to do. And they can be mundane things, and they often are, but they're also things that when I've done them and I'm complete, I feel really cool. So it's like living with my vision, and truly I have a vision that what I sense in my unconscious was killing me by not following it. You know, when you get to a certain age, you've got so much energy, I get, and if you don't follow that, it's killing us. There's no plateau in my life. I notice there's, you know, I've either follow my heart, or I die, or I pass, whatever I call it. I either follow the joy of it, you know.
That's very profound. That's incredibly profound.
It's very true for me.
Yeah.
It's just true.
Yeah.
And it, you know, it's an irrational mind. I can see that, but I can also see that when I follow my vision, magic happens. And I'm just going to give you an example of it. Is about 3 months ago, I saw that it was right for me to sell a property that I own with my sister, and I didn't know what to do with it. I thought I could do lots of stuff, and it felt like it was just going to be more doing, and I just left it there. And then after Christmas, after I had this thing about my heart and focus, I got this letter from a solicitor, and I kind of knew that something might be there that was a joy, but I also had noticed I had some concerns, and gradually I managed to open it, and I couldn't read it. I really couldn't read it. I saw that all the blocks that I have to being in my life, in my heart and my vision, and eventually I just was able to settle on a word, and it looked like, oh my God, maybe I have my vision. And absolutely, the impossible was possible. It was a miracle, and now everything, like you're saying, well, what are my intentions? I'm going to get a new home on the Isle of Wight. I know where it's going to be. It's like, oh my God, you know, like we keep in life having. Well, I keep going living in the impossibility. But I don't know anything about possibility and impossibility, because life isn't possible almost, and yet we are.
Yeah.
And that's what I get. Like, I don't know.
Well, we live in the mystery, don't we? We're in the mystery, and that's
it's a beautiful, magical mystery tour.
Yeah, and we never know what's going to happen,
No.
but it's like when you sort of try and organize that by thinking rationally about what you need in your life, that's when it blocks out that mystery opening up to you, isn't it? That's when it squeezes out, you know, it's like squeezing out the juice and trying to just operate with with the skin, the lemon skin or something. You've squeezed all the juice out. You've just got the, you haven't got the essence anymore when you try to work it out with your mind.
Yeah, Louise, what I had was that with that letter, that envelope from the solicitor, there was no rational reason that I could imagine that was going to be the opportunity it was. No rush, and it I don't know whether my imagination had the words just fill out in the wonder of the dream being fulfilled. I don't know whether it's irrational to think it could have had different words on it, but I have the sense that anything was possible, just like a tiny thing, but like my dream could come true, and it did.
And it did.
And it absolutely did.
Well, congratulations. So how are you going to beat that this year,
Well, I have to follow my mission on her, and that's what I get. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Nothing less.
Yeah,
Nothing.
Well, that's pretty much, whatever your mission is on earth, I think if you're following it, then that's when, when you're following your heart, that's when things do open up. That's when magic does happen, isn't it? Wow, that's amazing. So
I love you all for being there, by the way, to hear my story. Thank you very much. It's such a, it's always generous to have people listen. I really get that. Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
And the cat.
And the cat. I know. I've been
Tina's cat.
I've been seeing little cats sitting there, and I miss my little cat who's in Australia with a lovely Aboriginal elder lady who's looking after him for me, and she sends me pictures of him. She's got him a special little bed. In the winter, she put a heating pad in it to keep him warm because he's quite old, and she's got a little special box for him, and every morning he gets into the bath with her, and he insists on having a whole wash before he does anything else. I'm thinking, she's corrupted him. But I tell you what,
love.
He's being so well taken care of. It makes me almost ashamed of how I used to kick him about. But anyway. So brilliant. So did everyone get a little bit out of that? I hope you did. I hope you got stuff out of that. Now, I have another process that I would really, I didn't mean to do that innocent child thing, but it just occurred to me that it was really cool. But I've got another one now that that I wanted to sort of take you into your 2020 vision, 2023 vision, a process that will take you right into that, I hope. Unless I mess it up. No, take you into your 2020. Oops, somebody gone, or somebody, I think somebody just departed. That's all right. Bye. To take you into your 2023 vision, and fast forward you towards the end of this year, to look back at what you've already done, to really solidify what it is that you can see yourself creating. And we'll do this again from that, it's like, well, sort of from innocence, but I wrote this out I just made this up the other day, and I really like it, because I think from all the other work that I've done, apart from doing the work with William I've done, and Anastasia and other people, I've been following Dr. Joe Dispenza a lot as well. And with his meditations, I mean, Joe Dispenza's like, woo! I did a retreat of his in Australia not long ago. It was just phenomenal. And basically with his meditations, it's all about being it's about being in the end result already. It's living from the emotion, when I started working with William, he never really spoke about emotion, but suddenly he brought it in later on. But meanwhile, I'd found out about it, you know, that how the emotion of your intention or your end result is really important. And if you live in that state, then that's what's going to actually help you to create that. It's about living already as joyful, as excited, as whatever else, as if it's already a thing physically in your 3D reality now. Because the tendency is, I know it is for me personally, you know, I know that I want things to happen, certain things I want to create in my life, but you know, my rational mind comes in and goes, well, how the bleep am I going to create that? And so then automatically your emotional state changes. You know, it's very subtle, but you kind of suddenly feel that thing in your gut, and you don't feel, but when you don't feel the joy of it. When I'm meditating and I'm looking at my you know, potentials that I want to create, and I'm meditating and I see it, I can feel it, I can smell it, I'm excited about it, I feel absolutely fabulous. But I think the trick is for us as human frail things sometimes, that the challenge for us is to be able to maintain that, you know, to maintain that frequency, because your frequency, if I can, I'm trying to, oh, there we go. I'm going to mute you again, Tom. So there we go, because I could still hear you grunting and things, but it's fine. I don't mind the odd grunt. But it's really important to maintain that state. And the more I meditate, the more I can do that. I think meditation is really important for those who do it already every day. Fab. If you don't, give it a go, because it really can completely change the way that, because everything is vibration and frequency, isn't it? Everything, whatever you're giving out emotionally is a frequency. Everything is based on sound. I'm starting doing sound healing, by the way, with my voice. I've worked out a thing which is really, I think it's fucking awesome, actually. But you know, I won't use that word again. But I think it's really awesome, because everything is sound. Everything on this planet is sound, because frequency is sound, and all frequencies that exist. If we had super duper uber wonderful ears, we could hear it all, couldn't we? But we don't. We only hear certain frequencies. But just imagine you could hear your emotional frequencies. You know, imagine you could hear the frequencies of stars. Imagine if you could hear, and it gives me goosebumps to think that everything is giving out sound the whole time, and the universe is receiving that, and then it gives you what it thinks you want, because whatever frequency you're giving out is what the universe thinks you're after. So it gives you the same. So if you're feeling like a sad sack, then you get sad sack experiences back. But if you're, you know, resonating on a joy vibe, you'll get joy back. It's like, it's inevitable. It can't do any, nothing else can happen except that. So so yeah. So having said that, I'd like to just take you through this short-ish thing where we're going to again look at your 2023 vision and get you feeling it, get you into the emotion of it, get you into the vibe of it, that you can just practice getting into every day, and see what that what that brings to you as a result. You know, it's quite exciting, really. Beep, beep. Somebody beep beep. Oh, I don't know where it's gone. I'm going to see him in Poland. Oh, somebody wrote that. Oh, fantastic. That's cool. Very nice. Yeah, Dr. Joe we're talking about. Yeah, yeah. He's just phenomenal. And I love the way he explains everything in terms of science, which is quite, you know, it's like science and mysticism mixed together. It's just so exciting. Okay, so 2023 vision. Geeta's still there. You're still there, Geeta. I'm waving at you. Can't see you, but I'm waving at you. Okay, so sitting comfortably then, and again, just closing your eyes. Just close your eyes and just breathe into your heart center. Notice your heart center with each breath you take. Feel your breath entering in through your heart center. And with every breath, feel the love from your heart spreading out through your body, right from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes, all through your body, all down your legs, your abdomen, your shoulders, your arms, just feeling the love from your heart spreading and permeating every atom and molecule, every fiber in your entire body, and feeling that connection with your heart, feeling the love you hold in your heart for yourself and for your life, and filling your whole body with love, like a wave of warm energy filling every single tiny atom of your whole body. And your heart center is so important because it is your intuition and it is your gateway to your higher self. And feeling those waves of relaxation as you breathe, rippling through your body and filling your body with that warm relaxation and love for life. Feeling more and more relaxed. Feel the joy filling your heart, joy for life, gratitude for life and the beauty of Mother Earth. And now I want you to imagine that above your head is a massive golden ball of light. It is the biggest, brightest golden ball of light you could possibly imagine. And this golden ball of light contains everything that you would love to create this year. It contains your heartfelt, intuitive 2023 vision. And just breathe and feel excited that this golden ball of light contains everything that you want to create this year. And I want you to imagine yourself now floating upwards into this amazing ball of light, just entering into this ball of light. Feel this golden energy surrounding you. Feel yourself as light as air and being enveloped in this beautiful golden energy in this amazing golden ball of light. Let's take a moment to acclimatize to the sensation and the excitement of landing in your 2023 vision, of all the wonderful things you want to create. And now I want you to feel as if you fast forwarded yourself into the future. And you're looking at everything that you already have, that you have already created. It's already real. So take your time to look around at your creations. It might be a new job, a new house, a romance, could be better finances, health, travel, whatever it is whatever it is that your heart would love to create, there it is, already real. And just take a look at what you've got in there with you and feel that sense of accomplishment, the sense of joy that these creations are already in existence, and feel those elevated emotions of them being reality now, in this now moment. You have everything your heart desired for 2023. Just breathing continually, focusing on your breath. Looking at all these amazing creations and feeling the gratitude and the joy and the fantasticness of your life. And when you're ready, just thanking your higher self, thanking the universe, having that gratitude for all these amazing new possibilities, new potentials that you have created. And when you're ready, just opening your eyes and returning. Oh, I was too busy talking to see mine. I'll have to do it later on. I'll have to listen to myself. Awesome. So from here on, you know, you could just write it all down, make it into a list of choices if you want, list of intentions, whatever you want to do, however you like doing it, just write it down and make these, you know, when you meditate, make that emotion your go-to emotion. You will, when you meditate, bring these visions into your mind, bring them in, and just keep on feeling it, visualizing, feeling it. I always find at night is a really good time to do my visualizations. I always do about an hour or more than an hour in the morning, but at night when I'm about to fall to sleep, I follow what Neville Goddard talks about. I don't know if you've run into Neville before, but he's bloody amazing. I love Neville Goddard. His books are fabulous. But because he's well dead now, because he was around in the, I think he died in about 1972. But there are recordings of him on YouTube talking. He talks in very biblical terms about, he refers to the Bible, but you know, he talks about all the dudes in the Bible as being states of consciousness rather than actual people. I really love that. It really gives me a like, oh, that's exciting, you know. But anyway, Neville says, and I've heard this before also, that at night your subconscious mind does not sleep. Our day-to-day self-conscious mind closes down, but the subconscious mind is always creating, never stops creating and processing. And if you go to bed with concerns in your mind, or you're upset about something, your subconscious is going to work on that automatically. So Neville recommends creating a scene in your mind of something that you want in your future. So what I've been doing with my granddaughter is at night when I go to sleep, I see me and her together in a house. And we're laughing, we're cooking food, we're going to get teary. We're, you know, watching telly, we're, you know, going out, we're doing shit together. And I make it as real as I can. And I feel amazing. And I go to sleep with that in my mind last thing. Because then my subconscious mind is doing its thing without me having to do anything else, which is awesome, really, isn't it? But all it needs is that discipline of actually taking the time before you go to sleep. Of course, it depends how many glasses of wine I've had, how good I am at it. No, kidding. I've stopped drinking wine this year. I'm a little bit of a, I love my red wine, but my body's been telling me no, because I've been getting a lot of acid reflux. And I thought, okay, no's no. So I'm not doing the wine anymore. I have my hot chocolate before I go to bed, or my honey and honey, milk, and maybe a tiny slosh of brandy in with the honey and, milk and honey. I mean, but no wine anymore. Don't know how long it will last, but that's the aim. But yes, if sometimes, if I'm really tired, I lay down and I start to do it, and before I know, I've woken up in the morning and I thought, did I do it or not? Can't remember. But generally speaking, I can manage to get a scene going. When I didn't know whether or not I could get out of Australia, and it was all very like I had to apply to leave. I mean, go figure. So I had all this paperwork to fill out about why I wanted to leave the country. I thought they'd be glad to see the back of me, really. But anyway, I had all this stuff to fill out. And I just used to go to bed every night, seeing myself, because when I got here, I stayed with my friend Helen Mary, who's been a brick to me throughout my life, and she lives not far from here. But she said, when you come stay with us till you sort yourself out. Okay. So I used to go to sleep, and just imagine I was already in Helen Mary's bedroom, in the bedroom in her house. I used to just, when I was going to sleep, I imagined I was already there. And then I got my exemption to leave the country. So it can work really well. So I'm working on the granddaughter thing at the moment, and the house. I need to find my own place because I haven't got that at the moment. But it will all, it will all come to fruition. You just gotta, I guess it takes faith, doesn't it? You've got to have faith, and you've got to keep doing the work. And to me, doing the work is probably the thing I'm most passionate about in my life, is making sure that I always do my meditation, except that I did not do it this morning because I overslept for the first time for ages, and I didn't wake up till 8:30. And at that point, my friend called me from Australia and we talked for 2 hours, and then that was it. I thought, oh, bugger, but I shall do it tonight instead. So does anyone want to ask anything before we finish, or do you want to just, anyone want to conclude with anything, or are you all, thumbs up?
I'll just jump out, Louise, just to say hello to you and Helen and Tom and Gita, who I know, and also Samantha and Alejandra as well. So yeah, hi to you all, and thanks, Louise. Good to catch up. Sorry I was so late. I had trouble getting home in this weather.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, given me some food for thought, and perhaps to get back into some of Joe Dispenza's stuff. So yeah, no, thank you. It's been good.
Cool. Where are you now, Lou?
I'm in East Sussex, but unfortunately,
I'm in East Sussex too.
Are you? I'm in Hastings.
Oh my lord, I'm in near Hailsham.
Oh, we must catch up.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be lovely. Yeah, superb. Yeah.
Jacqueline Bain is down there as well.
Yeah, I'm staying in her house at the moment.
Oh, that's great.
I imposed on her. No, she invited me, and I went, yeah, that'll do.
Oh, lovely.
That'll do me for now. Thank you very much. So so she's downstairs. she was going to jump on, but she's always got problems with her laptop, so it doesn't look like she made it.
I say hi to me.
Mm.
Cool. Geeta,
That was amazing. I love that meditation.
which one? The
The
last
one you
one?
just done. Yeah, the one you just done.
Good, isn't it? I made that up myself.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Here's
Yeah,
one I prepared earlier.
very nice. And it's so nice to see everyone.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
lovely. It's lovely. Anyway, well, look, lots of love to everybody, and we'll
Yeah,
we do it every month.
Louise, I think Samantha wants to say something.
Oh, carry on, Samantha.
Did you have your hand up, Samantha? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Thank you so much, Louise. Had a great experience today and really enjoyed the meditations.
Cool.
Just a question, from listening to Thomas's story about his miracle choice coming into fruition, if you get, because I've had something like that, and it was something that was really big, like really big, and too big to forget about, if you know what I mean. But because I couldn't believe it, I didn't follow through with it as such, if that makes sense. But I mean, I had a reading since, and the thing, and it's still there apparently, but this is a while back. But can it come back in another form? Or have you ever experienced that, or heard anyone experience that?
Well,
if that makes sense.
I think, I mean, it's hard to know how to answer that really, because everybody's situation is so different. But you know, if you've got something in your heart that you would love to create, then focus on it. Imagine it, see it, feel it. That's it. You know, it's not going to go anywhere unless you make it go anywhere.
Yeah,
you're in charge of
it. It literally popped out of sort of like, it's a similar story to what I think from what Thomas was saying, like just from nowhere sort of thing. I'm just concerned that I won't have that same sort of opportunity of that again. Because
so do you mean something came up and you didn't grab it while it was there?
No, because I couldn't believe it. It was just like, I don't know. Yeah, I just couldn't believe it. And also, yeah, and just also the way I was feeling at the time, because I was on a bit of a high with stuff, and it was just like, you know, I didn't, because I just, yeah, that I couldn't believe it.
And so you let it go. And how did that make you feel when you let it go?
Well, I didn't let it go. I just didn't go any further. I had like an email, actually, mine was, and it just couldn't. You just couldn't make it up. It was just, yeah. Well, you could sort of thing. Sorry, I'm done. But after some time, part of the bit of the email was it just basically disappeared.
Oh.
And I didn't take what it was, and I just wondered if there'd be like other steps or things that come up that give me that opportunity again.
Definitely wasn't a scam artist though, was it?
Pardon?
It wasn't a scam artist though, was it? You sure it's?
Oh no! It's just
right,
no. It's not.
Like one of
it
those
wasn't.
letters, you know.
Well, it was my choice. It was, because the things, it just was, and I know it was for a fact. It wasn't a scam. It was definitely my choice, because it just, yeah. That's what definitely was. It was the same similar scenario as well to Thomas, to do with yeah, a property.
Well, I think that, you know, if I mean, it's difficult to know exactly without knowing exactly what it is or anything, or why you know, but really,
the only reason why I just didn't really like the idea of it being recorded, if you know what I mean.
Not quite. No, that's fine. That's fine. But if you want to talk to me some other time, you can if you want to.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
contact me. But otherwise, you know, just if it's something that you would love to create,
Yeah.
then create a vision of it and go to sleep at night with that vision in your head and the excitement of it, the joy of it, the gratitude of receiving that.
Yeah.
You know, that's all you actually need to do. Because your rational mind is going, you know, your rational mind is like dominating. Or
Yeah.
that's what it feels like, right? You know, you're thinking about it and going, something like that happened to me, but I kind of let it go. And should I have? And well, you did, but
Yeah, I
there's
did.
no reason why you can't create something similar, is there? Not really. There are no limits really to what we can do. It's the only limitations that we have are the ones that we create and impose on ourselves. I know that for me, I can see all my imposed limitations that I have, you know, and we never don't have them. You know, we're never immune to it unless we become like a Buddha overnight. But you know, we're all subject to doubts and fears and, you know, what ifs and did I do the right thing or not? All of us get that. You're not alone with that. So, you know, you just got to know what you really want, what you would really love, and, you know, do that intuitively and from innocence.
Yeah,
and
I
whatever.
have been doing it for some time, and since I've been doing it and concentrating on it again. In fact, when it did come up, it didn't even take that much concentration, if that makes sense. For you know, but yeah, I've been doing that choice for a long time now, and it's just like another year, and I don't know.
Well,
Because it's been a year since just over a year since that come into, well, it did come into fruition, but then
you let it go. Well, just keep working on the choice. If it's still true for you, if it still feels true, if intuitively you get that's whatever it was that you wanted, if you still feel that it's true for you, you know, maybe revise it a bit, make it a bit different, zhuzh it up a bit, zhuzh up your vision, get excited. And gratitude. I love what Dr. Joe says. He says gratitude is the something form of receivership. What does he say? Highest form of receivership? No. Gratitude is the something of anyway. I can't remember what he said now. Can you remember, Helen? No.
I can't remember that phrase particularly, but the
gratitude is the
it gives you the
ultimate
highest vibration.
Ultimate. I think gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership.
Yeah.
I really like that. So, you know, you just get into that gratitude state every day. Every day, when I do my journal, I write down as many things as I can think of that I'm grateful for that day. Sometimes there might only be one. And it might be, I'm grateful that I've got my car, because I really am. Sometimes I can never find anything else, and that's like a you know. And other days there's the sunshine, there's, you know, I had a fabulous meal, I met a friend, you know. Sometimes there's more, but it's always good to write down what you're grateful for and just keep that vibe going as much as you can, because it's very easy for me to slip down into the abyss if I don't keep working on it every single solitary day. That's it. Full stop.
I've got to go, Louise, and everybody.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, but I've
That's
got
all right.
I've got to
Thank
trot.
you. Thank you for coming, Lou. We'll have to get together.
Yeah, I'd love that, Louise. And
Yeah.
thank you, everybody. Take care. Nice to see you all.
Nice to
And
see you. I got to go
thank
as
you.
well. Nice
Thank
to see
you.
you. Thank you, Louise.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Louise. Are you finishing it now?
I am. I'm
Okay.
trying to.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Louise.
Bye bye.